Imagine a small town where life moves slow and easy, the kind of place where everyone knows your name and the biggest worry is like just catching up on the latest gossip. This was Montgomery, Vermont, a picture of small town peacefulness. But sometimes, beneath that calm surface, darkness lurks. Today, we dive into the story that shattered the serenity of Montgomery and left a gaping hole in the heart of a family. On a crisp night in 2004, a young woman full of life and dreams of a brighter future just vanished without a trace. One minute she was clocking out of a shift at the local diner, and the next she was gone. Her disappearance wasn't the kind that fades with the morning light. It was a chilling twist, a cruel vanishing act that left everyone wondering, was it a kidnapping, was it a tragic accident, or something even more sinister? Join us as we explore the unsolved mystery of Brianna Maitland and explore the relentless search for truth and see where it leads us. Remember, if you're enjoying the story, just like and subscribe because that helps us keep bringing you the chills. Now, grab a drink, snuggle up, and get ready to crack open another crazy case with your favorite crew. Nestled among the rolling hills and vibrant greens of Vermont mountains lies the town of Montgomery. With a population barely cracking 1,000, it's the picture of a classic New England village friendly faces. A close-knit community, close-knit families, and a piece of life that lets you savor the changing seasons. Here, days were spent tending to farms, running local businesses, or maybe commute to the nearby city for work. Everyone knew everyone. Some families tracing their roots back to generations. It was a peaceful place where kids roamed free until the streetlights flickered on, doors were left unlocked, and a sense of safety hung thick in the air. But beneath that peaceful appearance, a young woman's life was about to take a terrifying turn. Brianna Maitland, a determined 17-year-old with a bright future ahead of her, had already seen her fair share of challenges. Brianna grew up on a farm in East Franklin, Vermont, with her parents Bruce and Kelly and her older brother. Life wasn't fancy, but it was filled with love and hard work. Bruce, a carpenter with a gruff but caring exterior, taught his kids the value of self-reliance. Kelly, who managed the household and helped out at the barn, made sure Brianna and her brother had a stable upbringing. Seeing Brianna's fearless spirit and athleticism, the Maitlands enrolled her in jiu-jitsu classes when she was young. She took it like a champ, mastering the moves with an energy that was really hard to miss. As a teenager, Brianna was the most social butterfly everyone loved. She had a group of close friends and could light up a room with her jokes and stories. But beneath the fun exterior, Brianna was surprisingly mature. She started working part-time jobs early on, wanting to be independent and build a future for herself. Although school wasn't really her thing, she buckled down and got the GED, much to her mom's delight. In the months leading up to her disappearance, things were looking good for Brianna. She celebrated passing her GED with Kelly, talking excitedly about going to community college in the fall. To pay for it, she worked double shift at the Black Lantern Inn in Montgomery and another diner in St. Albans. The workload was really tough, but Brianna braced it, showing a maturity that contradicted her age. Her family called her an old soul, which is someone who is wise beyond their years. Tragically, the bright future was snatched away in an instant. One spring night in Montgomery changed everything. Brianna's dreams, her potential, her light, all vanished without a trace, and left behind was a family drowning in unanswered questions and the haunting memories of a vibrant young woman who left the world far too soon. Now, On March 19, 2004, Brianna clocked out of the Black Lantern Inn at around 11:20 p.m. She was indeed her usual happy self. She told her co-workers that she needed some rest because she had to wait at her other job in the morning, politely declining their offer for dinner. Then Brianna walked out into the cold Vermont night. No one would ever see her alive again. The next day came and went with no sign of Brianna. Her friends worried, then panicked when she didn't return home to her friend Jillian. Brianna's mom was beside herself. Just the day before, they had celebrated Brianna passing her GED, and now her daughter was just vanished without a trace. The first clue came quickly. Brianna's car, a beat-up 1985 Oldsmobile, was found smashed into an abandoned farmhouse less than a mile from the restaurant. It looked like she had sped right into the place, but things got even weirder inside the car. 2 paychecks just cashed and covered in Brianna's fingerprints were on the seat. Her driver's license, migraine medicine, and other stuff were scattered everywhere. It didn't make sense. If Brianna had stopped there on purpose, why leave her things behind? Why crash into the house? Everything pointed to something terrible happening. In the days that followed, people came forward saying they saw things near the car wreck early that morning. One person said the blinkers were flashing, another thought they saw headlights and maybe even someone by the car. But were these memories real or just people trying to help? The police searched everywhere near the farmhouse, combing the woods for anything relating to Brianna. Nothing. No clothes, no backpack, nothing that could tell them where she went. It was like she just disappeared into thin air. Then came another shocker. The DNA found in the car wasn't actually Brianna's. It belonged to someone else, adding another layer to this mind-boggling mystery. What had happened on that dark road after Brianna left work? The questions piled up, each one more terrifying than the last. Just weeks before her disappearance, a dark cloud appeared on Brianna's bright horizon. At a party, a former friend named Kaylee Lacrosse attacked her with a vicious fight. What sparks the fight? Some say jealousy over a boy, and others just blame a drunken drama. But whatever it was, Lacrosse left Brianna bruised and battered with a broken nose and a concoction. And the crazy part is, Brianna, a jiu-jitsu lover, didn't fight back. This went against everything she knew about self-defense, and the attack left her shaken, a sad end to a once close friendship. In a strange turn of events, the charges against Lacrosse were dropped just as Brianna vanished. While the attack wasn't actually linked to her disappearance, it raised questions about other people in Brianna's life. Rumors started swirling about Brianna hanging out with the wrong crowd. Police received an anonymous tip that she might have crossed paths with a shady substance dealer from New York City operating in the area. Some acquaintances even claimed she had dabbled in substance like crack and the white sea wort in the months leading up to her disappearance. The 2 suspected dealers, Nathaniel Jackson and Roman Reyes, were already in the police radar for their, business activities. When word got out that Brianna knew them and might have been at one of their stash houses, it sent shivers down everyone's spine. Police, foiled by these rumors, made a shocking claim that Brianna was being held captive by Jackson and Ryans. So a SWAT team raided their rundown house in a nearby town but found nothing except evidence of their business dealings. These 2 men with violent past became prime suspects. Did Brianna meet them for a deal gone wrong, or was she lured somewhere under false pretense only to be harmed? Maybe she owed them money and she couldn't pay. The police investigated all these possibilities, but no solid link between Brianna and the suspect were ever found. In the end, the connection to Jackson and Ryan's only fueled the fire to local gossip. Brianna, with her trusting nature and sunny outlook, might have innocently fallen prey to someone's dark intentions. Her future, so full of potential, was destroyed by a horrifying reality that unfolded under the cold Vermont night sky. Months and years crawled by after Brianna vanished, and all sorts of theories started swirling around. How could a friendly 17-year-old just disappear from a quiet Vermont town without a single clue? The police were pretty sure from the start that something bad had happened to Brianna. The whole scene at the farmhouse where they found her car was just too weird. Why were the things all scattered around inside the car on the ground if she had gotten out on her own and her paychecks weren't even cashed? Which didn't make sense if she was planning on being gone for a while. The police searched the woods and the farmhouse high and low, hoping to find some sign of Brianna, but their dogs turned up nothing. It was like she vanished into thin air, and that was a terrifying thought for her loved ones especially. Then there was the DNA found in her car, someone else's. Was it an accomplice who heard Brianna and took her somewhere? Or maybe it was just someone who stopped to check the car before the police arrived. Some people even said they saw Brianna's car on the roadside that night with the lights flickering. Maybe she broke down and got help from someone who ended up having bad intentions. Another theory was that Brianna was hanging out with dealers and maybe even using herself in the months before she disappeared. Some even claimed to see her get ended by the dealers over a debt. But the police raided the suspect's house and never found anything to prove that claim. Nearly 20 years later, Brianna's family is still searching for answers. They hold on to hope that maybe a new DNA test or a new witness will come forward. But the reality is they might never know for sure what happened to their daughter. Brianna Maitland's disappearance is every parent's nightmare. A bright, kind teen with a future full of promises just vanished one night. Nearly 20 years later, the pain is still raw for the family. They have no answers, just silence and a pile of confusing clues. It's like a puzzle with a missing piece, Brianna herself. Without her, or the truth about what happened, they can't begin to heal. But they still hold on to hope. Maybe someone will see something new in the old evidence, a fresh perspective that would finally crack open this case. Brianna may be gone, but her family won't let her memory fade. They'll keep telling her story, fighting for the truth until the light shines through the darkness. A good person's light can never truly be extinguished. Alright guys, before you dash off into the night, don't forget to hit that like button and let us know you're enjoying the content. That keeps the creeps coming your way. So while you're at it, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next deep dive into the mysterious unknown. Thank you guys for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious.